Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's MrFlecha over here once more. I am back with some more videos, guys. I know that I had to take time for myself and for my family as well. So that's pretty much why I've been out for so long. But anyways, guys, just to make everything short, I had time with my family. I had some vacation, and on top of that, one of my devices, my iPad, where I use for my editing of my videos and my recording, actually got stolen. So unfortunately, these next videos that will be coming up won't be having my camera, but I will definitely have still content for you guys. Hopefully you guys can enjoy today's video, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, getting back into the video, we're going to be presenting the first weapon. Is going to be the lightning sword, the electric sword, or however you want to call it, but the katana electric sword, we'll call it like that. So this sword, first things first, I had to pretty much separate the categories, otherwise the video is going to be really long. One of the things that I did find out is a challenge pretty much of putting the ratings as far as the weapon. So this weapon, if I will rate this weapon, just if we will have swords in this game, this is going to be a definitely top tier rank S. If this would have been the only weapons, or sword would be the only catalogs, but in this case we have multiple weapons. I am going to bring this out real. One of the advantages of this weapon it gives you is going to be the rolling thunder. That additional and critical damage and the speed, it really lets you move a lot with this weapon, which is really great. And as far as you combine it, of course, with perks, it can be awesome. So at the end, this is pretty much only one gameplay, but at the end I'm definitely providing a couple of pictures, a couple of matches that I had. Pretty much thank you for the guys that let me run with them. They were running these matches with me, so I did have a couple of matches I did picked up. Whatever, I ended up finding that I didn't grab like the best perks. At least I didn't have the options to get the best perks, so I definitely put it in the video just because I wanted to show you guys that you don't have to get extremely really great perks in order for this weapon to be really good. So this is one of the things I ended up finding out, that for me, I am putting this this weapon in the rank A as far as the tier goes. It is a really outstanding weapon. Like I mentioned, you can really do a lot of damage output. What stands out from the not being on the S is just the fact that if you're playing by yourself, you won't be able to be as lethal as pretty much playing with a party. So one of the things that you can definitely do with a tier S, you can definitely see like solo and win almost every matches. You can't do it in here all the time. So this is damage output that I did. So you guys different, in different matches. So all the damage that we did throughout, we were experimenting a couple of weapons, so it was different. But anyways, second weapon we're gonna be talking about is going to be the fire sword. So this is one of my favorite swords as far as in the game, till probably the Boyd sword comes out. Once that sword comes out, I'm probably gonna say that about that one. But in the meanwhile, this is the best you can have for a damage output. I like the fire sword. I combine it with a lot of different perks or different runes. One of the things that what I like about this weapon is that the third basics apply the burning effect, so you don't have to rely on your ability to be applying the fire effect. There's plenty of perks in this weapon that can make it really outstanding. This is, for me, I think the only sword that I could put it in the top tier S rank as far as pretty much its overall damage. If you guys compare it with other different weapons, as far as a Boyd axe, Boyd bows, I've been in matches where I don't even get the best perks, and I still ended up either right next to them or even above them. So it just how you manage your abilities and how you manage your skills throughout the matches. I did the same thing I did with the lightning sword, where I did provide a couple at the end matches results, so you guys can see. There's one of them that I did end up, it's not the one that I'm displaying, that I ended up doing way more damage than anybody. But like I mentioned, this is just what I ended up finding out that is the best for you guys. If I will try to describe as far as the rank, like I mentioned, rank S will be for the sword. And if we will have only swords in this game, this definitely be like SS, I would say. It is really outstanding. And then here's a couple of results for the matches that I ended up doing. You can definitely see this one that I ended up beating for quite a bit. Next one up is going to be the balance sword. So this is the royal sword, one of my least favorite sword right now in the game. They did retweak this weapon and make pretty much adding a lot of damage if you stay still. When in this game there is no chance of staying still to get more damage. You guys know this game really involves a lot of rolling and moving and dodging, so really takes the advantage of, or it pretty much takes away the advantage of having to stay still. This is one of my, like I mentioned, my least favorite weapon. Even if I would rank it, I would rank it on position C. So this is on the tier C, guys. So like I mentioned, overall this weapon, the staying still, it does not work for this. Most of the time I was trying to stay still to take advantage of it, and that is what ended up happening. So like I mentioned, guys, even for PvP, this weapon is still go under tier D. If it's gonna be taken in consideration for the tiers, this weapon is really not good at all. I mean, there's a lot of people, only if you get like the legendary perks and the epic perks all the time, you might be able to spam your ability and then do a lot of damage. But I mean, come on, let's be honest, that's gonna happen once in a while. It's not gonna happen every single time. So moving up to the next one is going to be the holy sword. Also one of my least favorite swords. I do know that there's a couple of people that can rock this sword pretty good. So if we're ranking this sword, I'm definitely ranking this sword in tier D. This is, as far as you gotta understand, as far as PvE, really this sword doesn't really do a lot of damage output. The halos really help out, and then the inspire as well. Whenever you're playing with a team, healing them and inspiring them every time you're rolling, that is giving a great advantage. So if we're putting the support, by the support, this is a tier A, not tier S. Tier S will be more likely like a holy staff and holy bow. But I mean, right now, like I said, we're mentioning the tiers for the swords. This rocks support will be tier A, maybe tier B, but it's still really nice when it comes to support. So something that you keep in mind. For playing solos, this weapon will not give you any advantage at all. Playing solo, you're gonna get partner most of the times with bots. So bots doesn't really take advantage since they move a lot or ended up going through the portal a lot of times as well. So like I mentioned, tier D is going to be the location for this weapon. Definitely can get improvement. The sword has a lot of potential. I think all the swords really got a lot of potentials, but other than that, then the damage it really does is not really something that we can mention that is a really great weapon. Same thing at the end, I'm providing the ranks that or the matchmaking that I did. You can definitely see I still did add damage, but compared to the guys that are using the fire weapons. And last but not least is going to be the ice sword. This is another weapon that I'm ranking on the tier D. Also one of the worst weapon when it comes to the PvE. Now comparing, come on, let's be honest, when we go to PvE or PvP, actually any ice weapon is going to be above tier A. I did ended up going a couple of times to the portal, experimenting these weapons, and there's nothing worse than having charge armor and also the slowdown from the ice, charge armor, the stuns. These weapons can be deadly, so I can guarantee that this sword, the ice sword, you see a bot with the ice sword, run the hell out of the match. So anyways, putting this weapon in the tier D. As far as PvE, yeah, goes tier D. I'm sorry if I repeat that kind of couple times, but PvP, this weapon is actually going to be in tier S. So yes, guys, tier S when it comes to PvP. You guys want to go have a couple of missions too, have a couple of smackdown and beat some of the enemies. You can definitely rock this weapon. Between this one and the ice bow, I would say for PvP is one of the best weapons you can actually use. And then following those, you can actually have the ice axe and A, and probably the ice. I think the ice staff is one of the least favorite from myself. It's too weak, but anyways, let me try to stay focused on the swords. Overall, it could get better perks. There's a lot of improvement when it comes to the perks. And in my opinion, guys, if you guys want to get runes layout, do not choose the cold-blooded rune. I think there's something wrong with that rune right now, where it's either glitch or it has to be refixed. And this is my intake on it, right? You have to kill an enemy with its shield, and most of the times, let's be honest, if you're using the ice sword, if you might shield the enemies, but you're not gonna be the one getting the kill. So most of the times, I do not even see a power boost or power increase. Versus if you guys compare with the fire sword, every single time you apply a burning effect, it gives you a boost on power. That boost or that power, you can reflect it. So definitely recommend any other attack power runes except pretty much cold-blooded. You can definitely see myself over there rocking on the other enemy team. I ended up killing 2 guys. I got killed by the third one. Of course, it's bot level 50, 49. You can guys know how crazy that can get. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today's videos, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. In the description, there is going to be the ranking if you guys want to see the ranking of the sword. And thanks for watching, guys.